This is the only car I'll ever do a road trip in from now on.
So we've got 14% battery and we're going to plug in now.
Questo cane che dice? Va bene?
Oh, it's the Lord of the Mountains.
Bella! Hey! You won the Che now!
No, aspetta che ce l'abbiamo tutti, io non c'ho il vino.
Ne vale.
Okay, so we had a lovely day yesterday. We went for a wonderful walk in the mountains to a place called a Malga, which is a type of hut where they serve food. And come back to the Tesla, and it's 100% charged. So what I had to do is I had to ask them to turn on the charger, which they just do in the late afternoon, just because they have to manage the power, apparently. So it's all charged and ready to go. So today we're going to go for another walk. Not sure where, but we're going to drive somewhere first and then walk, and then go to another Malga and eat far too much food again.
They're waiting for you.
Okay, I hate following people.
Well, we laid a strip for the Jersey Shore.
On the curb, you need to
Across
see the
the
cars.
line. I could see the bridge was lined with bears, but it didn't have a doggone dime. I says, Pigpen, this is a rubber.
McDonald's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken Pizza, McDonald's, McDonald's. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't nobody low enough.
Daniel, you can play outside.
I'm not playing outside. How chabby is that? Yeah, it does in a minute.
The video of the one that is
Oh, yeah.
guardate, guardate.
Non lo so perché.
Sto doing the finestrini.
It will in a minute, I think. won't it?
Non lo fa, ecco.
No.
This is what humanity is.
I know, right.
frittata. I guess they cook the whole frittata and then they slice it and then they put it in a broth with chives.
So frittata sliced and put in
In a really nice broth with chives.
with chives.
It's really good. Thank you.
And George here has the schnitzel.
The Wiener Schnitzel.
I have potato, egg and speck.
Yummy.
So this is a grappa. It's called Pino Mugo. Pino Mugo is a tree, it's a pine tree found in the mountains, and this is a grappa that's of Pino Mugo. And it's ridiculously good. This is George, yeah. And it's ridiculously good, and it cuts through any food you've eaten. And it's like walking around IKEA and licking the cabinets.
Mozzarella, prosciutto e fichi. Ok, grazie. Ora i fichi, Erede.
Ti la bella la mozzarella. Chi vincerà? Uno che succede? 10 punti. Sì? 15 punti.
Mi sono dimenticato blu, rosso, blu.
Blu, rosso, blu. 5.
So after a trip yesterday, we've got 90% battery. I think we got back here with 94, so it's lost about 4% just because of having Sentry mode active.
Sometimes love is a river.
Sì, siamo.
Corri, corri, corri!
Even like a wave through a rocky river. Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing, twirling through the back door of your heart. Every time
Arrede, mo gira il mulino!
something happens in that way, and every time I try to be occupied, losing track of time. Losing track of time. Sometimes love
Niente della Grey.
is a thought we held too long. Sometimes it's alright just to be
Stood right in a big cow pan.
with no sense of consequence, the strength to carry on. The day breaks in the darkest places right before the dawn. So if you ever lie awake with situations in your mind and you try to sleep it off, the night keeps on passing.
Poor baby.
You're losing track of time.
Ah,
Losing track of time.
ciao.
Sometimes love is a reason to hold on, blowing like a hurricane right inside of me. Oh, take away my strength. Love standing holding hands. say.
Smelled something bad, he would stop and just do the circulation inside. And Tesla doesn't do that.
No, well, as far as I know, it doesn't.
Rosso e blu, sì.
Perché c'è una carta.
Ciao. Ciao, che brava.
Tanto devo pagare io. Gli faccio questo.
Quella cade dentro.
Sì, però...
Quella tua.
It's just embarrassing.
Ma c'è più versione.
Baby, you drowned a rat.
Cinque minuti, vedi 5 minuti là ne round.
Wait a minute, should I do some
Do the lemon, do the lemon.
Gli è cascato il mondo addosso.
Sì, io ho fatto 7. 4. Vediamo.
Oh, that's pretty good.
È Elon Musk che si inventa queste cose.
Sì, lui è un genio.
Tre e mezzo. Yeah, we should stop around this. Poi we have 1 hour, 12.
We don't have to do this hotel. I just put that because that's where the charger was. And it's kind of, and then it's only 1 hour 10 to Eurotunnel, so I thought it was quite a good place.
Ciao.
Ciao. So now we're saying goodbye to Hotel Peter and we're off to Mainfeld in Switzerland. Mainfeld. It's funny, we've driven for like, what, 20 minutes and we've still got 100% battery. So we've had a lovely few days in the mountains and we've left Hotel Peter and we're now heading towards Switzerland to a place called...
Guarda avanti,
to a place called Mainfeld. We're currently driving from, we're now into Switzerland right now. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a very famous road called, so famous I can't remember it. What's it called, darling?
Passo dello Stelvio.
Stelvio Pass. Yeah, but I don't think we're going on that road. I think we're going another way, which is a little more direct, but it's still absolutely stunning. Beautiful around here. And do you have anything to add, darling?
No.
No, nothing to add. But now it's the journey back home and we still haven't booked the other hotels. But we'll be staying in this Mainfeld tonight and we've got to take baby to the vet to have some flea treatment. Is it put?
Tapeworm.
Tapeworm. Tapeworm. Yeah. So the vet will do that. And then we're all good to get back into the UK.
So it's like a Eurotunnel, only in
Yeah.
the mountain.
So the roads around here are absolutely stunning, but my daughter gets very car sick and all those curves are not so good. Also, it means that she can't look at her iPad while we're driving, you know. So we've decided to go on here. This is Verina, I think it's called. It's like a car train. It's almost like Eurotunnel, really. And yeah, so you drive, the little thing is there, and then you drive onto that, and then it whisks you through the mountains, and you avoid a lot of the curves. I think it was 35 francs or 35 euros. So not cheap, but you know, it does avoid a little girl getting sick. And actually the time it takes is pretty much the same, I think, going this way as it would be doing the curves, but obviously it's just missing out the curves and the view. Anyway, we've got some snacks and coffee, and then
Dov'è il
we'll
caffè?
be on our way. It's in here.
No, left you have to go, eh?
Yeah.
Is it about a girl? I have a nice girl.
È grande abbastanza.
Okay, we're at the Swiss Heidi Hotel in Mainfeld, and they have superchargers here. We didn't actually know because it doesn't say, it just says superchargers Mainfeld. It doesn't say Swiss Heidi Hotel. Anyway, so we'll park here and charge up, and then we'll be all ready for tomorrow. Do you want to plug in, Dan?
No.
No? I feel like you need to at some point to see what it's
No,
like.
when I'm playing Carcassonne.
You should explain Carcassonne to the viewers one of these days.
That's it. But they can't download it anyway.
Oh no? Oh, just
It
the
was
rubbish
changed,
version. The new version
Yeah.
is not as good, is it? Anyway, okay, so we got here with 60% anyway. 45 minutes to 100%. So once it gets to 100, I'll obviously move it. Here's a good thing about Tesla superchargers. Those over there, they've got a trailer, and they're not really blocking anyone because there are so many chargers here. And you never really see that many Teslas at superchargers, in my experience. So it's all pretty good. And what you might not know about Tesla superchargers is quite often, I think in most cases, they're power shared. So if you park next to another Tesla, then you and that Tesla get a less charging speed. So it's always best to park one away from another Tesla. So I don't know if that's the case in all of them, but certainly most of them. And I think it probably tells you that on here if I click on supercharging tips. Yeah, here we go. Leave space between cars. Neighbouring stalls may share power. So there's also what looks like a working normal kind of DC charger, 50 kilowatt, and also there's a 22 kilowatt AC, so that's pretty good. So if you stay here, you can at least charge there if you don't have a Tesla. Should we get some ice cream, baby? Well, not you, obviously. Wow. So I looked at the Tesla app and we're at 100%, so I'm going to move it now. Yeah, because it's actually getting quite busy. There we go, charge complete. So, I don't understand, that's why that doesn't come out. Cancel charging. Okay, and now I'll move the car to the other car park. Good lord, look at the Model X wheels over there.
(2022/2023). These are the years when my muscly body will come around.
No, because Mama can't resist not eating Wurstel or chocolate or Pandora or whatever it's
So
called.
come Christmas, forget about panettone, Pandoro, all the Christmas stuff, forget. At the end of 2023, I'll be super fit. I'll be able to lift the gnagno with one arm.
The car is really dirty, so I'm going to try and go to a car wash, which seems to be like a self-service car wash thing.
Do you stay inside the car or not?
No, you get out. So this will be interesting. A bit late. I've never done a car wash at 9 o'clock before. So here we go. Hopefully it's just a case of driving into here and not crashing. Let's see how we do. Christ car wash. I've honestly no idea what to do, but it's in park, so it's not one of those that where the car moves, you know, the machine moves, I think. So if I get out here, I've kind of, God knows what I'm doing. Program 2. I don't know what any of this is. In fact, I don't know how to do it. Program 3. What does that even mean? They're laughing at me because I haven't got a clue what the hell I'm doing. No, I think I'm going to have to give up. Yeah, no idea. It was all in German, I couldn't work it out. Hey. Oh, you're adorable. You're absolutely adorable. Hello. Hello. Oh dear, I hope you're safe. Please go out of the road, okay? So I'm just taking baby for a morning walk. We had a really good night here at the Swiss Heidi Hotel. We can't have baby in the breakfast room, so I'm going to put her in the car with dog mode on, and then I'm going to take baby to the vet to have tapeworm treatment, which has to be written down and logged on the pet health certificate so we can get back into the UK. So we'll be doing that soon, and then we'll be on our way to France, Sélestat. I don't know if I've pronounced that wrong, but it seems like a nice place. I think it's in Alsace, again, just above Colmar. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, the hotel here was really good, really nice. I can't fault it. And of course, it's really good that it's got the superchargers here. The only issue with it is that when you sit on the toilet, you have Heidi staring at you, which is slightly off-putting. And same in the shower. When you're having a shower, there's Heidi there, staring. God, it's terrifying. But other than that, it's really good. So breakfast was nice, and we're now going to the vet, which is actually really just a short walk. The idea with this vet then is that we have to have tapeworm treatment put on baby, and you've got to do that 72 hours before you get into the UK. So that works out absolutely fine for us. Baby. And it should just be over here, I think. Nice to see that they've got loads of solar panels on the roof, which I've noticed a lot in Switzerland especially, but also in the Italian Alps. Massive buildings full of solar panels, which is how it should be. So they're really nice there, and they all speak English, which is really useful. You know, the thing I keep thinking about like Switzerland, especially Switzerland. Switzerland is bordered by France, Germany, and Italy. France, Germany, Italy, Austria, is it? Anyway, my geography's terrible, but anyway, so depending on what part of Switzerland you go to, they speak French or German or Italian. But I think they probably all speak a little bit of everything, and everyone I've come across, they all seem to speak English as well. So it feels like a really good place to be, you know.
È comoda.
So 1 hour 51 to get to a charger. If I press down once, then you can take your foot off the accelerator and it sets the speed. Which is all fine if it knows what the speed is, but it's too stupid to be able to read road signs properly, it seems. And then you press again, so you do it twice, and then you get the full-on autopilot where it steers as well for you. But you still have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. So I'll leave it on this for a while, and we'll see how it is. But at the moment, it does say the car thinks it's 120, and it's not, it's 80.
Ah, now you can do rainbow. If you press 5 times quickly the drive thing or something. It's fun.
Why would I want to do rainbow?
Because it's nice, Rainbow Road. Push the gear stalk down 4 times quickly. Vai. Aurelia, guarda! Ho messo Rainbow Road! Sure, it's nice, it is. Huh?
I gotta have more cowbell.
What's that?
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
See now, right. You know the song, Don't Fear the Reaper? How do you stop this, like... Right, you know everything in Tesla is like one big giant in-joke, right? Ludicrous Mode is from Spaceballs, the film Spaceballs. Now that is a Saturday Night Live sketch with Christopher Walken in it, and Will Ferrell, and Will Ferrell has a cowbell, and Christopher Walken keeps saying, "We need more cowbell," and so Will Ferrell's going ding 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 on a cowbell. Why that? I don't understand the relevance of that. I don't know why that is on a Rainbow Road thing. This kind of thing drives me crazy. It can't tell you what speed limit it's supposed to be, but you get that sort of shit.
Let's try the sleigh as well.
Why do I want the sleigh?
Come si fa?
It's not Christmas, I don't want the sleigh.
When you indicated. Ti piace?
No,
Santa?
I don't like this stuff. It's rubbish.
You're welcome to do rainbow mode again.
I'm not going to do rainbow mode again. Something I've noticed on a lot of Swiss signs on the motorway is that they tell you if there's electric charging points and how many they've got. So obviously it doesn't say if they're in use, because that would be quite useful, but this one coming up has 4, it says. So that's really good. So here we're 61%, and we're going to charge for 25 minutes. Okay, so we're parked at the same charger that we went to before, and we're going to actually get something to eat this time at the Marriott Courtyard Hotel. So one of the issues with a lot of superchargers is that they tend to be in hotels, and that's, in theory, that's good because you should have toilets and a restaurant there, but it's not always the case. I mean, even on a Monday, I think it's Monday today, even on a Monday at lunchtime, there's nothing to eat, you know, which is a real pain. So that's why motorway services are better a lot of the time. Okay. Just some organic carrot. I thought pickle might. Yeah.
Carrot soup for what are you?
Okay, we've had our little lunch, courtesy of the co-op, and now we're going to go on to France, Sellenstadt, whatever it's called. And we're leaving here with 88% battery. We actually charged to something like 91, I think it was, but we've been sat here with the air conditioning on doing nothing. And we'll get there with 69%. So we're here at 68% battery. I want a nice glass of wine. Coffee first, yes. The colours are really cool, aren't they?
Mamma, non mi...
So we're now in Sellenstadt, I don't know how you say it, and just getting an ice cream. My God, look at the size of that ice cream. And then I think we get a coffee, and then some Alsace wine, I think, has to be on the menu. So, unfortunately, this town, lots of cars coming past, and it stinks, unfortunately. But the place itself seems all right. I don't know whether we'll explore, or whether the girls are sick and tired of doing anything particularly touristy, and maybe they just want to vegetate somewhere. Did you get any ice cream with that cream?
I got blue ice cream.
Blue ice cream? Oh my
It's
goodness.
called unicorn.
Oh, good Lord, look at that. Verdict?
Beh, pure il Jaguar è lì.
Look at that. Cool, eh?
Assaggia un po', ti faccio una foto.
Più bassa.
Vieni. No, you want to go back that way. Okay, vieni qui. Vieni qui. So I'm just taking baby for her little morning walk. We had a good night at Hotel Vélon. The restaurant was really good. And does help if you can speak a bit of French though. Okay, bon. Merci. So we're going to have breakfast in a moment and then we'll get going. The horse makes me the most upset.
What's your favourite?
I think the brush actually.
I hate the brushes. My next favourite.
I think it'll tell us to charge in Nancy, I think, which is halfway.
Dov'è la castelletta intorno alla testa?
See what your efficiency is like, shall I?
Let's observe with pride.
Yeah, it's definitely less than expected.
Now your destination is on the left.
So 15 minutes charging time.
Come si fa?
Okay, so you got two.
I'm not sure I look good, so maybe.
You look fine. You got two, CCS or this Tesla one. We have to use CCS, so that's the top one. That one, Mana. And then it's quite cool in that you can just put it closer, and then if you press that button there, there you go.
Oh,
And that's it, done.
is it charging?
And if we look inside, yep.
Yeah?
So that's all there is to it.
Yeah, cool. Perché non ti piace la mozzarella? Perché?
The charging has pretty much finished. We're at 98%, so that's more than enough. So, I'm sure there must be a quicker way of getting to it. But anyway, we'll go here, stop charging, unlock charge port. Baby. Hey. Baby. Okay, we've had a nice light little lunch at the Ibis Styles Hotel, and we're just about to get into a car which ordinarily would be really, really hot, but because of course the Tesla app is fantastic, and you can turn on the air conditioning before you get in the car, so that's keeping it at a very nice 21, 20, or whatever I set it to. And actually most EVs do this, I think. Most EVs probably have an app these days. So it's not unique to Tesla, but the Tesla app is just particularly good, especially as you can turn on dog mode, which is brilliant. I mean, really, dog mode. Just dog mode alone, I think, just makes this car really, really cool. So anyway, yeah, so now we're going to go on to the final hotel, which is a Novotel near Reims, I still don't know. It's actually in a little suburb called Tinco. Don't know what it's called. Anyway, that's what we're off to now. So we're leaving with 97% battery, and we're going to get there with 51%, and there's a charger there, so that doesn't matter really. And 2 hours 24 it says. Yeah, it's gone up a bit.
What?
It was 1 hour.
Why so much?
It was like 1 hour, wasn't it, earlier?
What happened? You were supposed to be there at 2. Why is it 2 hours 24 now?
Don't know, maybe the traffic's bad. I've not done anything. Starting to rain, which is weird because it hasn't rained very much, but the automatic wipers should surely have come on now, so I just want to check that if that's enabled. So if we there we go, so now they've just started, but that took ages before they started coming on.
Surely the water has to go to the bottom for it to detect that it started.
I don't know, I don't think that's not how they work. You think that's how they work?
Yes, it has to fall somewhere.
I don't know. I've seen wipers that just start much quicker than that. That seems quite slow to me. Anyway, just an observation. I always forget to look at this, 145 watt-hours per kilometre. So we're now at Novotel, and it's got a supercharger over there. And yeah, all fine. It felt like a really long stretch though, this trip, because the road is pretty, well, let's say dull, pretty dull really. So it feels like a really bit of a boring bit of road. We have another separate toilet and shower situation.
Oh, there's a bath and a shower.
Yeah. And in case you were wondering, this is why people buy Teslas, right? Look at that. Good Lord, they're so stiff. V3 supercharger, 250 kilowatts. I think this will be the first one I've been to then, isn't it? Anyway, who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how fast it is for us now anyway. 40 minutes to get enough to get back home. Baby. Is it cold, Piccola? Yeah, freezing. You're crazy.
Stop doing that,
Baby. Okay, so we got 100%, so I'm now going to move the car just to see how much it cost. So, still ticking over, but yeah, 1911. So there's a Model X, big old Model X. And that, look, has an adapter. So that's how they do it. I'm assuming the new Model S and X must be CCS, but the old ones are the old Tesla connector. So to use these version 3 superchargers, they've got to use that adapter. So based on leaving here with 100%, we're going to get home with 17%. Although bear in mind that this uses 3 to 4% a day just doing Sentry mode, the Sentry mode that's on. So it's going to be a little bit tighter, but not enough for me to worry about.
Metti uno a posto. Metti tutto a posto.
No, I want this. I certainly want that one.
You want that one?
Ah, c'è anche il sale, se lo vuoi.
Oh, what's that, baby? Hey, Ioniq 5. I miss my Ioniq 5. Good morning. So it's the last day then. We're off to breakfast in a minute and then going back to England. And it'll take about 2.5 hours to get from here to Eurotunnel in Calais. And can't remember what time it's actually booked for, but about 3:30 or something like that, I think, in the afternoon. So we'll kind of take it a little bit easy, get something to eat somewhere, I guess, and then we'll be back home. And I can finally shave. So we got 96% battery, that's after Sentry mode was doing its thing, and also we had the dog in the car with the air conditioning on. So that's saying we would get home with 5%. Well, it's also saying stay below 125 kilometers an hour to reach the destination. But it's saying stay below 125 kilometers an hour to reach the destination. But wait,
5%.
but let's just edit the trip. I'm just going to go to Eurotunnel Calais. So it's actually saying we'll get to Eurotunnel with 28% battery. So it's kind of stupid, it doesn't realise that the trip over the channel doesn't take any battery. And we had this kind of on the way going as well. So, so it's absolutely fine, yeah.
I have the ugliest sunglasses ever made. No wonder I paid them £1 at Primark after you lost my precious sunglasses.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
I had the present of my late mum, £300 sunglasses that you left in the Nero. And now look, £1 sunglasses from Primark. Really, just £1.
Do they work though?
They work, but they're ugly. Also, Guido says that wearing the sunglasses that are not good can even hurt your eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to blam up the exposure a little bit?
Oh, but why doesn't it do this camera? It's a £2,000 camera, doesn't do it on its own. Eh?
Yeah, I don't know why it. I mean, it should do.
You didn't put it on auto.
I don't know what mode it's on. It should be on auto, really.
You still can't use this camera, can you? Eh?
No.
You never read the instruction, never read anything. There are two types of people in this world. The people that read the instructions and people that don't. I am part of the former. I read the instructions, especially if it's complicated. If I know it's bullshit, no, I don't read the instructions. Però a camera like this that probably has 1,000 functions that you don't know about, I would read everything before using it. Well, you got it, you could barely use a normal camera, and now you use this without knowing what it can do, and with still not knowing if
I agree.
there's an auto function.
I just read instructions when there's something I want to find out about. But whenever I want to find out about auto exposure is when I'm driving, so I can't, and then I forget. But I don't bother reading through a whole instruction manual because I don't take it in. I only understand bits in a manual when I need to know about it. Anyway, so we're on our way back. We're on our way back to England today. We've got 2 hours 29 minutes to go until we get to Calais, Eurotunnel Calais. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to have a little summary of how the car has been and how the trip in general has been, and perhaps comparing it to the Ioniq 5. Unless we do, maybe we'll do another video about that when we get home.
No, let's do it all in one. Look at baby. Hello, baby. There she
Okay,
is.
so firstly, what do you think about the car?
Allora, I think it's probably the best car to do long trips. Since you told me that its shape makes it very efficient, and with the Ioniq we would probably...
That hotel that we went to, that was the second time we've been to the hotel, and this time it was available for food, but the previous time it wasn't. So it's all very well having all these superchargers at hotels, but you can't always guarantee that you're going to have eating facilities. Overall, they're good. Arguably not as convenient as motorway services that are around.
Not at all. But I am gonna make a video of my future self. Future Flaviana. Never go on a road trip again. Never, because the hotels are uncomfortable, the beds are not good, the pillows are not soft enough, the drive is so tiring. So if you want to go somewhere with the dog, just let Gnagno do it. He goes and Aurelia and I will go on the plane. Never again, Flaviana. I know you think it's so nice. Oh yeah, travel 3 days, all adventures. No, don't do it. Look at my eyes. Look how tired I am. I look like I've aged 20 years. Don't do it again. Ciao.
I think you will look back at this though, and you'll think, well, it was nice that we saw Celestat, we saw Colmar,
Yeah, it's so nice.
and we never would have seen those had we taken a plane.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not, road trips aren't too bad, are they?
No, they are.
Play ABBA's greatest hits. Play ABBA's greatest hits. Play the album ABBA's greatest hits.
He doesn't understand ABBA.
Play the album ABBA's greatest hits. Play the album ABBA's greatest hits. Look. Apple's greatest hits command's not understood. Play the album ABBA Gold. Yeah,
It's because an album ABBA's greatest hits doesn't exist.
but it works on Apple. It works on Apple Music. Okay. Anyway, I don't like Spotify, and I don't think Tesla's voice recognition is good. It's not as good as Siri.
And that says it all.
I know, yeah, because Siri is awful. Anyway, fine.
Are you the dancing queen?
I'm the dancing queen. Yeah. Only 17.
Times 3.
Got here with 27% battery, which is pretty good. Ah, you just plug it in. You just plugged it in. Hey, so that's really good. You've got a good few chargers over there. So normally these, and then what's that? 10? I can't count. Quite a few superchargers for Teslas. That's great. So here it is, the last supercharge of the trip. All very easy. Is Flaviana a Tesla convert now?
Yes, she is.
So we're going to wait here a few minutes and then we're going to go and board and then it's back to England we go. Do you want to stop it?
Stop what?
It's charging. And we're ready to go. 54%. All previous times we've done this, it's been really quick and easy and we've just been waved through. But now there's the new requirement due to Brexit where they have to check your passport, stamp it, and it's...
I'm sure they had to check the passport even before.
They could look at it, they would just wave you through because they didn't care. And now the UK is a third country, so we're not in the EU, we're not in the single market, and they've got to check the passport and check that we haven't been in Europe for like 90 days or whatever the cut-off period is. Anyway, and that's what creates all of this.
I'm not sure whether third country is the right name for it.
That's the technical term for it, though. You're getting too close, darling. Why are you so close? Rough as hell.
Yeah, your hair is a bit weird.
Yeah, I know it is. It's all over
You have
the
a
place.
weird fringe.
I do, yeah. Anyway,
Now it's a bit better.
of course it is. Anyway,
No, it's good.
Anyway, the point is, this is all more hassle than it used to be. But you know, I've waited longer, to be honest, in toll booths going through Italy, so you know, it's not too bad. At the beginning of summer, it was awful though. Oh, don't do any bloody God. You know what we didn't do?
What didn't we do?
We didn't do the whole watching Netflix thing, you know, that we could have done when charging. I haven't really shown the car off very much, have I?
What else? Theatre.
Or playing all these games and things that we could have
Allora ho
done.
preso
Sonic.
il Sudoku.
Eh,
Available only in pack. Allora,
We can do
what
it.
about passengers?
Maybe it's
So I can play it.
yeah, it's too distracting though, isn't it? Imagine if I was driving and you're playing Sonic the bloody Hedgehog. I'd be a bit distracted. And I wouldn't be able to see the directions properly on the sat-nav.
I think you're getting more complaining as you age.
No, probably am. Yeah. I've learned from you.
More of an old woman you're getting.
I'm more of an old man, surely.
No, I mean, isn't there a saying that old woman, like an old woman complains?
I guess so, yeah. But also grumpy old men. No. You get
Yeah.
grumpy old men. I'm definitely turning into a grumpy old man.
If I film the customs,
You get shot.
probably.
We're in the tunnel and we have 51% battery.
Why are you filming? It takes some time to think.
Miles. So it's our last day with the Model 3. We've had it for 3 months, and as you can see, Flaviana is currently driving the car. Are you going to miss it?
Not particularly, because I have my Leaf and I love my Leaf, so why would I miss this? This is much more uncomfortable than the Leaf. And since I just drive 3 miles a day, how much is it from home to school?
It's 3 miles, so we do
3 miles, so 6 miles. I
Yeah.
drive about 10 miles a day. My Leaf is comfortable, smooth, you know, nice and beautiful. So I don't need this. But obviously, if we were going to do another road trip, then we would need this car again, because this is the only car I'll ever do a road trip in from now on. Now tell them why.
can't be the only.
Tell them why, what you told me earlier.
This is where I have to consult my stats.
Yeah. Oh, see, same thing.
Yeah, let me just turn that off. So we're on a single track road, but 2 cars can come, and you have to get quite close to the side, and it keeps doing that beep beep beep. So to turn that off, weirdly you've got to go to autopilot, even though we're not on autopilot, and you have to go emergency lane departure avoidance. You've got to disable that. We've done journeys to Italy in other electric cars, the Kia e-Niro and the Ioniq 5. The Ioniq 5 was the one that we did earlier in the year, and it went really well. I think went really well, but it's not an efficient car, and that's what this trip has really highlighted. I knew that anyway. It's like a brick. It's kind of a bit square, so it's not aerodynamic. The Model 3 is just far more efficient.
That's about 40% more range than the Ioniq, or more.
Yeah. That's so that kind of thing is highlighted on a long journey like this. So when you think, obviously, that you know, it costs money to charge, of course, you're getting more for your money with the Model 3, or any Tesla in fact, because they're all very efficient.
You didn't find out how efficient they are yet.
So what was it?
The comparison between Teslas, if it's just the Model 3 that is so good, or even if the others are.
So the Model 3 and S are the best because they're lower down and that kind of shape is better. The Model Y is still pretty good. Model X is the least efficient, of course, because it's, again, it's a big, massive, heavy thing, you know. So anyway,
Model S is the same as this.
I think Model S is a bit better efficiency, I think.
Really?
I think so, but I might be wrong. I'll have to check that. But anyway, so that just shows you that if you're doing a long journey, that obviously means you charge less. And when you do come to charge, the Tesla tells you where to charge, so you're not, you know, you're not on a better route planner going, oh god, where do we go?
Oh yeah, yeah. What's the thing left? Oh, 70%. Oh, 60% now. Oh yeah, it's faithful to the initial prediction. Oh, 50%. So maybe we charge at 20%. No. You know from the beginning you're gonna have 18%, you're gonna charge for 3 minutes or whatever, you're gonna charge for 25 minutes, go, and then you're gonna stop there when you're 50%, charge for 3 minutes and go. And
Yeah.
this is something good.
So it's so much easier, it's ridiculous. It almost, I can see why people, I knew this already really, but I can see why people have a problem with electric cars, because you are kind of, you're tied to the chargers, where the chargers are going to be, if they're going to be enough chargers, and if someone's going to be using the chargers.
Well, people who travel anyway.
People who travel long distances. And I've done all of this, and actually most of the time I've had no problems at all. I very rarely have any issues when I'm charging, but I'm one of the lucky ones perhaps, but you know. However, that said, the Tesla is so much easier. It's insane.
So if you're going on a road trip, you just get this car and basta. But or if you're going long distances, just don't do it to yourself to get another car, because it's so much easier, really. It you know, when things like that happen in Italy, we say it removes years of life when something stressful happens. So to do, I think, like a road trip or a long journey in a non-Tesla, removes years of life, while with this it's fine. Then again, this car is quite uncomfortable to you know, it's a style that I don't like, because you don't, oh, I'm driving. No, you feel every bump, you feel it's a bit stiff, it's not comfortable. Ioniq is like sitting on a sofa, so you have the comfort, but at the back, for example, is fine. Also, this is too low for me, I don't like it.
But this is solved by the Model Y, isn't it? In terms of the height of it.
But you say that the Model Y is not as efficient, and maybe we should look into the Model S.
Yeah, Model S is very wide though. I mean, they're all quite wide. The Model S is really,
More
really
than
wide.
this.
Yeah, Model S is massive. Anyway, so that's the thing. That's been the takeaway of the trip, is that yes, Teslas really are as easy as Tesla owners go on about, because they do. It's kind of like if someone has never driven an electric car before and they got in a Tesla, I think it's better than a petrol car in the way that it actually plans your journey and tells you, yeah, you'll be here for 15 minutes and then you can carry on, and it's quite a relaxing journey.
Yeah, because even with petrol you have to find a petrol station.
Yeah, and it's not pleasant. Petrol stations aren't that nice.
And you never know really what percentage there is. You normally see, oh, okay, maybe I have a few more miles, or maybe they do nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably do, don't they? Yeah. It's been a while since I've driven any petrol cars. Other things about the car, though, is that, I mean, there are some things I really don't like still about it.
What?
You're always yawning on these videos that we do.
Because,
So I had written down...
It's like having a radio. It's like when you put those things that put you to sleep.
Thank
no?
you. Yes. So that's like... That's a big thing. The big plus of the Tesla is that you've really got to try
Maybe it's a compliment to you that you have a soothing voice.
It could be, yeah.
Well, you have a beautiful voice. In fact, I always thought you should be on radio. So if someone that is looking at this wants a radio person, I think Andrew could do it, because his voice is one of the best I've ever heard.
Thank you, Dan. I disagree, but thank you.
Yeah, because when I first saw him, because we met online, I just saw his picture, and from his picture I thought his voice would be but then he sent me a video and he sounded like Hugh Grant. First of all, his accent was like Hugh Grant, posh, like royal. And also this deep voice. I said, what the heck is going on here? Well done.
Thank you, darling. Okay.
You didn't want people to know that we met online, did you?
I was going to save that for a Patreon thing or something. Talking of that,
He
right?
bought me online.
Yeah.
I bought him. No, because that's what racist people are gonna say, you know.
Yeah, let's not get into all this. Okay. Bloody hell.
They get the Thai woman, maybe they think that they can buy Italian women.
Anyway, so
I don't know. What women can you buy
I don't know.
as a wife?
Let's not get into
I said Thai, but I don't know. I didn't want to be racist, but I thought it was Asian people, Asian women. But I want to make another suggestion, but I'm not.
Anyway, blimey. So, what I like about the Tesla then, just getting back to it, the supercharger network is amazing. By the way, just to say that some superchargers are open to other cars, but you've still got to rely on your sat-nav in the car telling you to go there, or using a better route planner. What I've gone on about this for ages. What's great about Tesla is that it tells you where to go on the sat-nav. So that's great, although I'll come back to that in a minute. It charges fast. The app is amazing. The app beats anything else I've seen. You can even change the music in the app. Like passengers can change the music. Or
what?
Yeah.
I couldn't change the music.
You can.
How? Is there a button?
You can do it in the app, in the Tesla app.
I have to get the app.
Yeah. Sentry mode is fantastic. So when you park up, it's recording all of the time.
But I'll tell them that it removes
exactly.
charge.
Yeah, but this brings me on to the dislikes. So the Sentry mode uses about 3 to 4%, I think it is, a day, which is an awful lot, which means you park up and you'll think you've got a nice amount of battery. In a few days, it's depleted quite a lot. And just bear that in mind. So if you are planning a long journey, just remember to charge a bit more. If you're going to have Sentry mode, charge more than you want, because you've got to allow for this Sentry mode depleting the battery.
I wonder if the map takes into account whether you have the Sentry mode on or off.
I don't think it does. No, it should do, shouldn't it? But I've got into it. I had a little geeky exchange with someone on Twitter about it. Sentry mode, it's kind of like something they just added on, because Tesla do this. If you request something, they just add it, which is quite cool. But it's not a custom chip or anything, you know, so it's running all the time, and that's why it's so inefficient. So, dislikes. There's no dash in front of you and no HUD, so you can't see the speed that you're going
This
without
is just Model 3, yeah?
Model 3 and Y. They're both the same.
Model Y doesn't have the HUD.
No, it doesn't. No.
What?
It doesn't. Don't you remember? It's just the screen, just the iPad screen.
Ah,
in
there's
the
the
front.
screen in front. Oh, still
No,
on
it's
the
just
left.
this. Just this.
Oh no.
Yeah, which is really annoying. So I got flashed when I was driving through France, through a tunnel, because, you know, I was paying attention to staying in my lane and everything, and I wasn't paying attention.
I thought it was Austria.
I don't know. Anyway, wherever it was, I wasn't paying attention to the speed, and it's easy to go fast in this car because it's a fast car, and I got flashed, and it's because you've got to keep looking left like that to check your speed all the time. It's really annoying.
You remember I took a video? I don't know if I sent it to you. I took a video. Oh no, maybe I
Yes.
took it with yours.
Yeah, so I'll show that.
Showing, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you kind of get used to it, but it's not good. There's no reason why there can't be a HUD. You know, everything else in this car is so technologically advanced, they could stick a bloody HUD there. The auto headlights, the auto high beam is not good. We didn't do any night driving, but when I have done night driving, it thinks that another car is coming just when the light reflects off a speed limit sign or something. So you get high beam, it sees a speed limit sign, it gets reflected back, and then it dims it down, thinking it's a car.
It might be again set in America where they have different signs and different things. So here in England, it might be a bit glitchy.
Yeah, it could be, but I think it's been like this for a while. But you know, they can fix it in an update, in a software update, which I'll come to again in a minute. The auto wipers, they were a little bit not very good as well, I think. And the speed limits. It just doesn't, like less than half the time it actually works, I would say, when we're in Europe anyway. It can't see what the speed limits are, which is in a car that supposedly has autopilot, and you would probably be relying on it to know what speed the road is. It would like think that it was like 30 kilometers an hour instead of
how
like
can
80.
it do that?
Well, that Hyundai Ioniq did it.
No.
Kia did it.
No, they did it also. They were glitchy.
No, they were 90% of the time.
There's that in France or whatever. There's the speed limit that applies only to caravan. Allora you see the little drawing of the caravan under it.
I know,
How is
yeah.
that supposed?
I know, but still, there are more obvious cases in this car where it just didn't. Hopefully, I can cut to some video I took. It's rubbish anyway. Absolutely rubbish for a car like this not to be able to do that. The autopilot. The whole time in France, I didn't actually use it, only for
What
a
do
tiny
you mean
amount.
autopilot?
The autopilot, where it keeps it in your lane, and all of
Ah.
that. I didn't actually use it in the end. It's no better than any other car I've driven.
If you don't use it,
No, but I tried it for a bit, but it was no better than Ioniq. In fact, Ioniq I used more. This felt a bit more like it was taking a bit too long before it would break.
Vabbè, I'm gonna see. Oh no, I'm gonna avoid the mothers.
Okay. The sat nav is brilliant that it tells you where to go with the superchargers, but I find it a bit too zoomed out. It's not the best sat nav ever, you know, in that respect.
The sat nav is just that you have to press that button 5 times to get to a reasonable view.
Oh, that's annoying as well, yeah. God.
But it does this.
But it does this.
Ciao.